Before we jump into today's show, I've got a really exciting announcement to make. The autumn cohorts for Start Your Podcast group program are now open. There are 5 dates between September and October, and it's a 6-week program that will get you launched before Christmas. So if podcasting was on your to-do list this year, if you really want to get your podcast up and done by the end of 2023, then come and join me for one of those cohorts and let's make it happen. I have a free masterclass available for you called Understanding the Power of Podcasting. You can go over to donnaeade.com/masterclass, watch the masterclass and get access to that enrollment. I hope to see you in one of the autumn cohorts very soon. That's donnaeade.com/masterclass. Let's get back to the show. You're listening to the Society of Professional Wedding Vendors podcast, episode 17. Hi guys, welcome back to today's episode. In this episode, I'll be addressing last week's announcement about the COVID-19 halt on relaxation on the wedding restrictions. So by the time this goes live, we could already have had changes to what is currently in standing, but currently you can have 30 people, including the bride and groom and third-party suppliers, present at a ceremony. These have to be under the social distancing rules in COVID-secure circumstances. A ceremony should be basically as quick as possible, as only as much as needed to make it legal. There is to be no receptions or parties and no gatherings afterwards. If there is a gathering, it needs to fall under the regular social distancing rules, which means no more than 2 households together in a room, or if outside, maximum of 6 people from various families. These rules are set to stay in place until at least the 15th of August. So we are now in a situation where we're going 2 weeks by 2 weeks rather than sort of having a guiding date. And I really don't know what to say. I know that you guys will be fearing for your businesses, fearing that you're letting people down or that you'll have to let people down. For myself, I'm very concerned about the redundancies that are happening and what that might do to our industry in relationship to an influx of new vendors that are made redundant and therefore think, I've got a camera at home, it's gathering dust, I take a fairly good picture, I could be a wedding photographer. And the same in any industry, I make beautiful cards for my family and friends for their birthdays. I could run off wedding invitations and suddenly we have a whole new influx of wedding vendors that, don't know the first thing about actually supplying to a wedding. That's my biggest concern because it is the couples that will suffer. It's part of the reason why I feel the society is so important at the moment. It's the fact that, we're here making sure that you guys are adhering to a code, that you are providing evidence of your insurance and contracts and things so that we can say that our members are professional, they know what they're doing and they take your wedding day seriously. We're all living through this for the first time. It's an unknown situation and we're all trying to navigate it, and no one has the solution, and it's scary and I get it, and I just wanted to sort of come on and tell you that I'm here with you in the thick of it. I know how you're feeling. If you are in financial difficulty because of COVID and it's negatively impacted your business and you haven't yet taken a look at the bounce back loans on the government site, I will leave a link to it. And please do take a look at it because if it can help, if you are struggling, it's a way of easing that struggle for you. Other things to look at, take a listen to episode 3 and episode 2 of this podcast. So in episode 3, I looked at 5 things you can do to increase your leads. So those are things that you can do to help increase your leads coming into your business for future weddings. Episode 2 was looking at future-proofing your business. So this was looking at other things that you can do alongside your business or in conjunction with your business to open up different revenue streams so that you can make sure that you're surviving through this. Another thing that I thought about that might work for some of you is looking at setting up payment plans with your couples so that, you know, your 2022 brides are booking, looking at booking and things like that, that you can look at helping them spread the cost of their wedding by doing payment plans. This will give you a regular income coming in every month that may just ease things off slightly, and also it helps them because they haven't got to sort of come up with a great big lump sum at the end. These things all just might help in some little way to ease the pressure at the moment. I do recommend that if you are looking at putting payment plans in place, that this might affect your contracts. You might need to look at changing the wording on your contracts. I do talk to a solicitor or a lawyer to discuss that. I will pop a link in the description for a wedding specialist. She specialises in wedding contracts for different suppliers, so she's a great source of information. I'll leave that in the show notes. So I really understand how you guys must be feeling. I'm here with you. I just wanted to walk you through my plan so you can see what I mean by this. I had a day job working in a membership organisation, and I decided that I was going to launch the society this year after sitting on it for 5 years. So the beta launch was planned for April, the first public launch planned for July, and then I planned to do another launch in October, at which point I was going to quit my job to focus solely on making sure that I was making the society the best possible place for you guys. What actually happened was I made that plan in December. Then in March, we locked down. At the end of March, I was put on furlough. I then did the beta launch. I thought, you know, I'm going to go for it. I think, you know, there's still value in the society. I'm launching it. So I did that at the end of April. In June, I was told that I was going to be made redundant at the end of July. Then we had the news that they were going to relax the restrictions on weddings from the 1st of August. So I got excited. We all got excited. Our couples got excited. And I did the public launch on the 27th of July. And then on the 31st, Boris put the brakes on the easing of restrictions, and we are all back to square one. So it's negatively impacted my business because it's negatively impacted your business. So I really, really do understand how you guys are feeling. I also had weddings booked in, I had a wedding booked in, a friend's wedding in June, which has been postponed till next year. Luckily for them, they did decide to just put it back a full year rather than trying to push it back a few months, or they would be in that awful situation that some couples are in where they're now having to postpone their wedding day, which is awful. I've opened a free Facebook group for those interested in the society who have missed out on joining this time round, who want to be around others that believe in the same beliefs and values that we have, where you can come together and support each other through this. Please stay strong. You are needed in this industry, and you are going to be so much more needed as we start opening up. So get your hustle on, guys, like you did when you first started your business. Come over to the Facebook group and let's support each other in getting through this. Everyone is in a similar boat. So let's take this time to build connections and strengthen our relationships so that we can support each other going forward. One of the big things for me is that wedding vendors support each other, and if you can get to know, like, and trust other people in the industry, when your brides come to you, when we do start to see that easing, when more brides are booking up their weddings and more couples are doing these things, you're going to have a list of trusted vendors that you can say, I trust this person would be really good for you, and recommend each other so that more couples have less likelihood of getting trapped with people that have just picked this up as something to do because they've been made redundant and they think it's an easy way of making money. Because as all of us veterans in the industry know, it is not an easy way of making money. Weddings are hard work, and we do them because we love what we do, not because we want to make money quickly. So let's support each other. Let's keep the industry integrity intact. And I will see you guys next week. Next week, I'm going to be talking about calendar blocking. So getting more time out of your time by blocking your calendar. So if you struggle with having things here, there and everywhere and jumping from one task to another, then next week's episode is definitely for you. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Don't forget to hit those stars and leave a review of the podcast where you listen if you found value in what you heard today. It's a free way you can help the podcast reach more people just like you.